Is fear gripping your heart right now? Is anxiety plaguing the pages of your life and journey? Are you in depression, a hole, like a black hole? Is it like a black cloud following you around everywhere you go right now? And it doesn't matter how many church services you go to. It doesn't matter how much you serve at the community outreach day or what Bible study, all these things. It seem like nothing is gripping and ripping this thing off of you. Is this something you're experiencing right now? If this is, or maybe it's something you've experienced in previous seasons, or maybe it's a season that you're about to go into, we're going to be praying for you. Regardless of where you're at in this discussion, I believe God's got some truth for us today that we can walk in together as a family. Welcome back to Love Notes. So grateful to be here with you. If you do have time to stay to the end of the video, I believe God's got some good biblical principles for us to walk away with so that we can put in motion in our daily journey and story so we can walk in more freedom. Because he died so that we could live, and we will live in every way that we die. To self, die. To ambition, die. To agendas and motives. Now, it's not that we don't have motives. We don't have agendas. We're not shooting for the stars, that we're not going after dreams. Philippians 2:13 says that we know that it's God at work in us, both to will, that means to dream, and to work for his good pleasure. So there are God dreams in your heart, beloved, that we do go after. But the reason we're going after them is different than the reason that the world goes after them. And if we are pursuing the dreams and the victories and successes according to the world's values and metrics, then we're going to be plagued by depression. We're going to be plagued by anxiety and fear, being locked in the prison of the fear of man. We're going to have that. Why? Because the second that you begin to add up to what the world calls success, now you got this pressure and weight on you to continue to be in it. And the truth is, beloved, in Christianity and walking with God in the cool of the day, you're going to have seasons of mountaintops and seasons of valleys. And in fact, those mountaintops are going to be much more rare as it pertains to what we see in our daily journey and the variables in our daily life. But the good news, are you ready for the good news? The good news is if I walk in devotion to the prayer closet and intimacy with Jesus, then I can stay at the mountaintop in the spirit. And the beautiful thing about the mountaintop is it gives me perspective. I can see further. I can see beyond all the drama in the foothills while everybody else is hanging out down in the low foothills, building molten calves of lava and doing fireside aerobics. I can hang out in the spirit up at the mountaintops of the Mount of Transfiguration in the prayer closet, in the place of prayer and intimacy. And what this is going to give me is godly discernment to be able to see through all these mountains and molehills, or these molehills that the enemy's trying to turn into mountains by getting me to buy into fear, or getting me to buy into anxiety, or getting me to buy into depression. So we're in this passage in Hebrews chapter 12 in verse 14, and we're talking about pursuing peace with all men. We're pursuing peace with all men. Now, we've been talking about the heart posture of humility, giving us this ability to even pursue peace. And peace being beyond the description and the definition of the world's peace. The world's peace is tainted by what the world calls success, what the world calls victory. To this, Jesus would say, don't call me good. There's only one good, and that's the Father in heaven. What he was not saying is that he wasn't good. What he was saying is that your definition of good is offensive to what I truly am. What he's saying is when you call me good, you don't understand what you're really saying. And so to this note here, God is giving us this unlocking in the spirit by way of peace in our daily life. And the way he's doing this is he is resurrecting the true biblical doctrine of what peace really is in the heart posture of humility, which creates the landing place on the altar of humility for peace to fall upon. Because the favor and victory of God and success in Jesus, it only falls upon the ways that our character line up to the heart posture of humility, the same way we've seen Jesus carry out on a daily basis while he was here on earth. We see Jesus humbling himself to the incarnation, creator taking on form of creation. We see Jesus humbling himself to the swaddling cloth. We see Jesus humbling himself to the synagogue and sitting under the teaching of Torah. The Torah sitting in class being taught the Torah. This is wild. This is humility. We see Jesus stopping at the well in Samaria with the woman at the well and giving her living water. We see Jesus constantly sidestepping from what we would believe that man would be so engulfed in and so driven by. He's going to Jairus' house to heal his daughter, And the woman with the issue of blood stops him dead in his tracks. And he puts the whole mission on pause to meet the woman at the hem of his garment. She was too walking in the heart posture of humility. So God is always going to go against what we see and what we are taught by the world as being true victory and transformative power of success. Because this world that we live in is tainted by fear, anxiety, and depression. So as we travel into this conversation of pursuing peace with all men, I want us to understand that the vehicle of this expression of godly peace in our life is made possible by humility. And humility is a supernatural exchange and marking of the grace of the Lord upon our life. So until then, we're going to start talking about pursuing peace with all men and why we typically don't want to. But until then, y'all be blessed.